The trams has returned back to the Magic Kingdom. They've been here for about, I think about a month, maybe 2 months now. They only run here in the Magic Kingdom park here. Let's go up on this tram here and make our way into the Magic Kingdom. Here's some of the ticket pricing for today to get into the Magic Kingdom. I think today we're gonna take the monorail over. Monorail to the Magic Kingdom. Check out the monorail up there. We head up the ramp here. Like got quite a crowd here taking the monorail here in the Magic Kingdom this morning. And welcome to the magical place on earth here in the Magic Kingdom, where magic is about to happen here as we make our way in, and go check this place out. And welcome everybody as we make our way here at the hub, getting ready to go down Main Street, USA here in Walt Disney World. Hey, it's been some time since I've been here. I think the last time I was here was back when they had the old Christmas tree. Looks like the crowds are pretty hefty today. There's the Town Square Theater there. I'm thinking there is where you can see Mickey Mouse, like a meet and greet type of thing. As we make our way down Main Street, USA here. Over there is the Emporium. It's one of the gift shops that are here on property. Spotting the 50th anniversary logo on it there. It's the Magic Kingdom Castle. Okay, let's go back here to Tomorrowland. There's the people mover, moving people around over there. Okay, we're gonna go in this restaurant here. It's called the Cosmic Rays. Here we have to wait in line to get in here. I guess they're only letting so many people inside here. Okay, here is what we're dealing with here. It looks like a cheeseburger with a little bit of bacon, some fries, a little bit of onions to sprinkle on, and a cup of water here at the Starlight Cafe. Look, we've got some entertainment going on down here. Okay, let me eat this, and I'll get back with you later here. Okay, just got done eating lunch here. Wasn't bad. Can't go wrong with a bacon cheeseburger and some fries and stuff like that. I think we've got some entertainment going up here at the in front of the castle, so let's make
Come on, everybody! How you doing?
The pleasure is all mine.
Out of my way! My dirt! Stop!
Watch it, buddy. We do what we want, when we want. Just like at the Snuggly Duckling.
Okay, we're headed into Adventureland here at Disney's Magical Kingdom as we make our way into Adventureland. The magic carpet of Aladdin here. You gotta watch it. This camel here don't spit on you.
What about him?
There he goes, he's spitting. It would probably feel pretty good today, having a little water sprinkled on you here. Up here, I see some, like some tikis and looks like some steam's coming off. Pull you down here. As we make our way into Frontierland here. And here's Splash Mountain. We're waiting to see if one of these rafts don't come down this Splash Mountain here. There's one up there. It looks like it's ready to come down. Check this one out here. Splash Mountain here at the Magic Kingdom. Looks like they go underneath this water here, and looks like they come out over here. There they come. Splash Mountain. There goes it again. Looks like Splash Mountain is a 75-minute wait. I think we're going to hold off on Splash Mountain, but let's go maybe go over here to Tom Sawyer's Island and take this paddle boat over here. And there's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, another roller coaster ride. That's only 35 minutes. I did ride that one in the past. Actually, I think I rode it twice since I've been down here this winter. But I never did Splash Mountain yet. Okay, we're making it around to this raft here. Go out and check out Tom Sawyer's Island over there. Florida Wildlife Fair. On the loose. Check out this mystery mine here.
You put your glasses on, it's dark.
Jump way back here.
There's some water running.
You put your glasses on, it makes it like
It looks like we're exiting the mine right up here. And back outside. Okay, here's a nice little stream here on Tom Sawyer's Island. So that feeds out into this windmill over here. Check out this structure here.
Magic Kingdom and Disney Imagination Campus are proud to present Wiley East High School, the pride of the East Marching Band. Please welcome the South Allegheny and Wiley East High School Marching Bands.
Looks like they have a little marching band parade going on over there in the mainland. We're a little bit too far away to see what's going on over there. Okay, that was Tom Sawyer's Island here. Check out the riverboat here. The Liberty Bell. Let's check out this place here. There's the town hall. There's the Tall Tale Inn.
We got a call from like the person that helped us out.
Saloon over there. Looks like over here we have the Hall of Presidents. Maybe this is if I show them, we'll go in there and check out the Hall of Presidents here at the Magic Kingdom. And there's a bust of Walt Disney here. The legend himself, Walt Disney here at Disney's Magic Kingdom. A picture of Walt here with Abraham Lincoln. Andrew Johnson, Ronald Reagan, George Washington, and Thomas Jefferson. A picture of their attires back in them days. And some more pictures. Nixon's violin here. Gloves from James Monroe there. It's a saddle. Theodore Roosevelt's saddle there. Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States. Okay, and right in the center of the room here they have the presidential seal.
This program is dedicated to the memory of Walt Disney. In 1971, his love for America inspired the creation of the Hall of Presidents, a place to celebrate the optimism and goodwill he saw at the heart of the American story. Walt's vision was to honor the nation by honoring the American presidency.
It is 1783, and the smoke is clearing in the wake of the Revolutionary War. Over the course of 8 grinding years, General George Washington has led a force of shopkeepers, farmers, and Native American allies to victory over the greatest military power in the world. A new nation has been born, independent and free. The founders must form a national government. In 1787, through months of passionate debate, they create a written constitution. For the country's highest office, they imagine something new in the history of the world. A leader not born to power like a king or queen. A leader who has not seized power through conquest. A leader not separate from the people, but elected by the people. From among the people. We, the people. This is a new idea, an American idea. The idea of a president. The people don't know exactly what a president will be, but there is little doubt who it will be. George Washington's stature and bearing have marked him as a leader. His integrity has made him a great one. Washington knows that many generals who have led successful revolutions make themselves dictators or kings. Instead, he steps down from power and retires to his home, Mount Vernon. The world takes note, and George Washington becomes the symbol of American ideals. In the first presidential election, it's Washington by a landslide. The only doubt seems to be his own. He writes, "Integrity and firmness is all I can promise. Integrity and firmness is exactly what we need." Everything he does as president will set a model for his successors. His final act may be the most important of all. After 2 terms, with no term limit in the Constitution and amid overwhelming support to stay in office, he steps down once again and hands power back to the people. He wants us to speak, to elect a new president. During the early years of the Republic, we choose leaders as different as Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Andrew Jackson. Elections are often bitter. Each president stands at that fiery intersection where personal character meets the challenges of the times. Some call the presidency a glorious burden. Jefferson calls it a splendid misery. We, the people, must choose well. We elect 15 presidents before the course of history brings us to the edge of a crisis like no other. A nation born of freedom still permits slavery. As As the country pushes west, will new states be slave or free? The question produces bitter conflict. The issue rocks the election of 1860 and brings Abraham Lincoln onto the national stage. The tall, lanky, some say uncouth candidate from Illinois is a master of words at a time when speeches are printed in full for people to read. A house divided against itself cannot stand, he has said. With Lincoln's election, the House does indeed divide. Civil War. 11 states secede from the Union. The war becomes a defining passage in the American story. The president's own inner strength and depth of character changed the course of history. Lincoln had come up the hard way, on the American frontier, desperately poor, with less than a year of formal schooling. His early years were scarred by tragedy, the death of his mother, his sister, his first love. He struggles with depression, but never loses his determination to rise above it. He once said he's driven by a desire to leave the world a little better place for having lived in it. The war rages. Lincoln fights to preserve the Union and end slavery. Neither is a sure thing. At Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, 6 months after one of the bloodiest battles of the war, the president dedicates a cemetery to the thousands of soldiers who died there, in words we can never forget.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives, that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
The blood of over 500,000 Americans is spilled in the Civil War. President Lincoln's enduring hope is to give true meaning to the sacrifices of so many, to lead us to that new birth of freedom. With the end of the war and the end of slavery, a new birth truly begins. As we roll toward the 20th century, settlers roll west on wagon wheels and railroads connect the nation coast to coast. Millions of immigrants pour in from Europe and Asia. Population doubles. Our economy triples. Our standing among nations rises. We need presidents who can lead both at home and abroad. same time, a young Theodore Roosevelt is retreating from New York politics and personal tragedy. The death of his wife and his mother on the same day in the same house. In the Badlands of North Dakota, he rethinks his life and the life of his country. He returns stronger in body and spirit. His renewed energy is just what his country needs. American industry is booming, but social tensions are rising. A progressive movement is bubbling up, pushing for change, and change is needed in the working and living conditions in cities. The gap widens between rich and poor. The demand for change grows stronger. Teddy Roosevelt is a knight on a crusade. He speaks with force and vitality in clear terms that make colorful headlines at a time when mass market newspapers have become the new media. To define his foreign policy, he borrows a phrase from an African proverb: speak softly and carry a big stick. But his greatest accomplishments are made at home. He breaks up giant monopolies, protects workers' rights, and calls for a square deal for all Americans, rich and poor, capitalist and wage earner.
Fair play and a square deal for every man and every woman in the United States.
He calls on America to be as great as the natural grandeur of its lands. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground, he tells us. And we do.
The bottom fell out of the market. 12 million unemployed. The bread lines and the soup. The results of the 1932 election now appear.
When we elect our 32nd president, it is the worst of times. The course of history and the course of one president's life again shape a turning point in our national destiny. Franklin D. Roosevelt, paralyzed by polio, knows how to restore the faith of a people paralyzed by the Great Depression.
I believe in practical explanation and in practical policy.
He has found the inner strength his countrymen now need. He speaks to us like a friend, a neighbor. His optimism is contagious, his voice perfect for the latest breakthrough medium, radio. He calls us to believe we have nothing to fear but fear itself. And we do believe.
Tonight's attacks on England are perhaps the most widespread of the war in the course of the day.
But an even greater challenge dominates his final years in office: the Second World War.
We must be the great arsenal of democracy. This is an emergency as serious as war itself.
We stun the world with our production. When bombs fall on U.S. troops in Pearl Harbor, he calls us to fight on the war front and sacrifice on the home front.
The harder the sacrifice, the more glorious the triumph. So spoke America in the year 1776. So speak Americans today.
The world changes. The country changes. And yet, in one sense, what we need most from our presidents has never changed. A guiding vision that calls forth the best that America can be.
Will outer space be developed for the benefit of all mankind? Or will it become another focus for the arms race? The choice is urgent, and it is ours to make. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
but really it's all of us who must overcome the crippling legacy of bigotry and injustice. And we shall overcome.
One of the agreements that President Sadat and Prime Minister Begin are signing tonight is entitled A Framework for Peace in the Middle East.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
You have lost too much, but you have certainly not lost America.
I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you.
Loving this country requires the willingness to speak out for what is right, to shake up the status quo. That's America.
Our presidency is no longer just an idea. It is an idea with a proud history. Ladies and gentlemen, the presidents of the United States of America. George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, James A. Garfield, Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard M. Nixon, Gerald R. Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump. And now we come to the present. Once again, we place our trust in the idea of a president, as we have from the beginning.
My fellow citizens, no event could have filled me with greater anxieties than that notification on the 14th day of April, 1789, that you had selected me to lead our nation. But it was with the confidence of my fellow citizens that I took an oath 35 simple words that have been repeated by every American president throughout history.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States, and I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
The presidency of the United States is a role unique in the world, an office entrusted to each president by us, we the people. Therein lies the genius of that new idea, now over 200 years old. A new idea our presidents have turned into a great American idea again and again.
That was the Hall of Presidents here at Liberty Square. That was really something else, wasn't it? The old flags flapping in the air. Okay, let's continue our journey here in the Magic Kingdom. And, okay, here's the Haunted Mansion is right up there. As we stroll under here and okay, as we make it back here, we're on the backside of Fantasyland here. Check out the castle back here. This is the backside of the castle, and the carousel here. With the horses and whatnot going around in circles. As we go through Cinderella Castle here. Check out all this tile work here. That's really something else, isn't it? It had some doors which I'd never really seen before. I guess they go out to the stage. Yeah, that's what it is. It's doors that lead out to the stage here. I don't know if they have anything going on or not. We'll have to check it out. And here's a little bit better view of the stage here where the earlier performance was held. Nice, isn't it? Donald Duck. We'll have to give old Donald a little fist bump here. Hey, how you doing there, Donald? Hey, check out this little garden here. I think that's Daffy Duck over there. Here's another one of these 50th anniversary statues, and I'm not sure who this is. I don't know if this is Chippendale. If you know who it is, leave a comment down below in my comment section to let me know who the statue is of these two characters here in Walt Disney World. I don't think they're I don't know. I just leave a comment if you know who they are. The crowds are back at the Magic Kingdom here. Spring break is in a couple of weeks, and I don't know, maybe it might be more crowded, or I don't know, is that a word, crowded, or but more crowded. I guess that's what I want to say. As we head down Main Street, USA here in the Magic Kingdom. What always fascinates me is what are these offices above the shops here on the Main Street USA. There's a lot of different, there's the Athletic League, Main Street Waterworks, there's a Dr. Walker there. But I know when I worked for him back in the 80s, I think this set of buildings here, the upstairs offices, were the security office. And I'm not sure what they use them for now. But there looks like a 3-level. Right ahead of us here, in front of the lamppost, is a train station which has been out for some time now. They're building a new ride, the Tron, over by Space Mountain, and there's some modifications being done to the railroad tracks. But I'm sure within the next year or so that the railroad station will be back in order and you'll be able to take a train ride around the park. More of these second-story buildings here. And on this side over here. And until next time, I will see you on the next adventure. Bye now. And I think we'll take the ferry boat back to the parking lot.
Are you talking to that?
Yeah, it's a nice sight, isn't it? And over there, that building to the right there, that white dome type structure, is Space Mountain. And over here is the Contemporary Hotel.